of Team Liquid. You guys ended up not winning that first match, but I first want to start off talking to you about the roster changes you guys made. You took Piglet from AD carry and you put him mid. What was the thought process behind putting that star AD carry in that role?
You know, we have been, of course, disappointed in our results so far in the season. We're tied for last place, and we needed to do something. We weren't going to just roll over and just accept our fate and keep things the way that they were and have kind of marginal increases in performance based on that. So we sat down with the team and we said, should we do something? And the answer was yes. What should we do? So we decided that we would hold tryouts for a week and just do a lot of different plays on the roster. We switched around roles. We brought in about 10 AD carries to test with the team, and we just watched. We had all of our coaching staff and our players, and then after that full week of tryouts, we sat down with every player individually and we said, what do you think is best? Should we go back to having Golden Glue play and have Piglet? Should we go with this version, that version? And we basically concluded that the roster that you're seeing on stage was the most obvious choice. And that was unanimous from every single member of our roster plus our coaching staff. So when something's that clear, I think it is the reason why we went through that whole process to begin with. And then we started playing with that roster this week. So we've had 4 days.
Oh, wow, not much time at all, but it doesn't seem like it was a decision that you guys made quickly. It took a lot of methodology. You guys were going through it, but you said those tryouts, there was a lot of deliberation, but it ended up being unanimous. So what did everybody and yourself see in YoungBin to fill that AD carry role that Piglet had left open? What was really the standout for him among those 10 AD carries?
Yep. You know, YoungBin has actually played with the organization previously. He was with Team Liquid Academy, so he actually played with Matt. So he has some synergy from playing in that scene. In addition, he was coached by David Lim previously, and he understood the game better than all the other AD carries that we tested out. He, in-game, makes a lot of shot calling to waves, priority, crashing waves. He knows when to play on certain sides of the map. He is really keenly aware, and he also makes really good kind of mid-late game decision calls that are pretty creative. So that in of itself is an advantage. And then in addition to that, he was playing pretty well mechanically. It was actually funny in one particular scrim, because you know all the names in the tournament realm, you don't know who they are. And the enemy team messaged our coach, is like, is that double lift? And I was like, you're like, no, it's not double lift. But YoungBin was playing really well. Yeah.
All right, well, that's awesome to hear. So I want to know, what does success look like for this roster? When do you start going, all right, that was a good decision, that was the right decision?
Yep. You know, success is interpreted in a lot of different ways. For us right now, success is improvement. It is just making sure that we are learning as much as possible from each and every scrim, more so and at a higher velocity and degree than any other team. Right? And if we stick to that kind of commitment to improvement, then we will be further along than where other teams are. Now, you could easily just say, yeah, success is just winning. Well, obviously, do I think that in these next 8 games, are we going to go 8-0? Probably not. But that's okay. We just want to continue improving, because those things, we can't just control winning. We can control all the steps up to winning. And I think learning is a key component to that. And I think that will deliver the best results for us by the time we get to the end of the split.
All right, and final question for you here, Steve. You ended up saying on Twitter that you kind of regretted taking a step back, and then you put yourself back into the organization and started being around the League of Legends team again. For the last 2 weeks, I believe you had actually put yourself in there. So what had influenced you to come back and actually start being a more hands-on owner?
Yeah. So we announced our partnership with Ted Leonsis and Peter Guber, Golden State Warriors, and the Wizards and the Capitals, and that had kind of taken on a whole realm of responsibility for the organization, and we moved into a bunch of other esports, and we put together some awesome partnerships, and it was consuming all of my time. And I had kind of entrusted to our coaching staff to pick up all the expertise that I've learned over the last 5 years. And it didn't happen, and so now we're seeing the status of the team right now. So I said to myself, you know what, just screw everything else I'm doing right now. I need to focus 100% on the League of Legends team. And so that's why I've been around, and you know, even though I may not be the best player, I used to play professionally back in the day, and I coached the all-star team for China, and you know, there's experience there, and I want to do everything I possibly can to get the team to improve.
All right, well, hopefully they do improve, and hopefully they give you that results that you're looking for. Thank you very much for joining me on stage, Steve, and thank you for the interview. We're going to throw it over to the casters to get us into game 2.